All right, we're live. You want to say hi? This is Marcella, and we're doing an art experiment today, something I've never done before, where you make chalk paint. And so I did a little research before we started, and there were several ideas out there, and so I tried to combine two ideas together. And those two ideas were you could make sidewalk chalk using ground up sidewalk chalk and then mix it with water.
Yeah, and then this is how it goes away. The rain drops on it and it will wash away because this is very wet stuff.
Yes. So that was one way they suggested. Here, you can move it closer to you. And the other way was doing basically what I did in a previous video where you make paint using cornstarch and baking soda. So I combined those two ideas together, and so Marcella and I got some sidewalk chalk that we had from the dollar store that we didn't really care too much about.
Yeah, because I have another box of good stuff.
Yep. And so we put about, what was it, about 3 or 4 sticks of sidewalk chalk in some plastic bags, and then we smashed it with a hammer as small as we could. Put them in the jars that we have here. We have a lot of mason jars at home. And I added about a cup of water. I didn't use a measuring cup or anything. I just kind of added a little bit of water at a time until it got kind of liquidy. And I used hot water just to, ensure that it was going to melt down, hopefully. And after I stirred it with a spoon, I noticed it was still pretty liquidy, and I tested it out on a piece of paper. And it was not up to my satisfaction, so I decided that I was going to try and add a little cornstarch to hopefully thicken it up a little bit more. And it seems to be helping a little. It's not quite to the point where I want it to be, but
it's still working.
It's still working. So Marcella and I came outside, and she said she wanted to do a flower. So we taped out a flower with some painter's tape, which sticks fairly well to the sidewalk. And we're going to paint in our flower and test out our sidewalk chalk paint that we made.
And this is very, very disgusting.
Is it?
Please don't get it on your clothes.
Is it kind of weird stuff?
It's so satisfying.
But it's starting to dry kind of like sidewalk chalk.
It's so satisfying.
It is kind of satisfying. So we'll see what it looks like when it dries. We'll post a picture of it when it's all finished.
This is very cool stuff, but it's still satisfying.
Yep. So the directions I looked up were on, I think they were WikiHow was when I was looking up ideas on how to mix the sidewalk chalk paint. And like I said, I kind of combined two ideas together. So just a recap, we smashed up about 3 or 4 pieces of sidewalk chalk that was maybe about like 4 inches tall.
So you have to make you have to make a blue flower.
You want to do blue on the flower?
Yeah.
How about we do like different colors on every petal?
Yes.
Does that sound like a good idea?
Yeah. Let's start with green on this one.
Okay. And then after smashing up chalk, we mixed it with about a cup of water, and then we added I did about 3 tablespoons of cornstarch to help thicken it.
Oh yeah, and you can hear like bangs that are really small and quiet. That's Dad hammering something.
Oh yeah, Dad's working on building the fence. All right. So the colors we have, we just did basic colors. We did yellow, blue.
I'm done.
This is supposed to be kind of a red, but it's more like pink. And Marcella has the green for the stem.
Okay.
All right, which one are you doing next?
I'm doing one petal.
Okay, which color are you going to do? The red? Okay. All right, so I'll get a faraway view of what we're working on. And like I said, we'll post pictures of our finished product when it's all dry a little later. Thanks for joining us on this Sunday.